Hi, lovers. Good day, and I welcome you to this episode with Liana. I welcome you to GLE community, Growth.Love.Elegance. And like you all know, this channel is specifically for anybody who is interested in growing and leveling up their life. And our topic of discussion for today is going to be you should create more than you consume. Yes, this is our topic of discussion, and this is going to be more like a TED talk. And I would display the questions on the screen and I will answer them. I promise you this is going to be an interesting episode, and so watch out for this.
I'm Liana, a little bit of softness, a little bit of depth, and a lot of becoming. This isn't just the content, it's a piece of me and a space for you. Every video is a moment and you're part of it. Please stay with me for a while.
So I'm going to start first by letting you all know that this particular episode for today, I am going to be talking about content creation, especially for those who want to delve into content creating. But it's basically not going to be focused only on content creation. So the knowledge is going to be vast because you have to learn. It touches every other aspect of your life. And by the way, I decided to film this episode today because last month there was something that happened in my life last month being May, and I decided I'm going to film a complete episode about creating more than you consume. So the first question I have here is, I spent lots of time. I can't even tell how much time I spent watching things on YouTube, watching things on TikTok, whiling away my time on Facebook. Like, I can't even tell the exact amount of time I spent. But you know, it starts like you wake in the morning. I literally have this routine of wanting to have my base first, get my day started, eat, and then when I'm done relaxing, I don't pick my phone. In fact, my phone helps me relax. I pick it and then I move from one social media platform to another. This is how I while away my time. And then when I get exhausted, I sleep, wake up, look for my phone, and get right into it again. So I can't even tell you how long I spent. And the next question says, how long do I spend creating content? Because content creation is something I like to do. I literally will not tell you I spend lots of time creating content. You might time me and you notice I spend more time creating content actually. But I wouldn't tell you I spend lots of time creating content because whenever I decide to create content, I feel so happy. So doing what you feel happy doing, you would not even consider the timing. So I don't even know how long it takes me. But one thing I know about content creation is that the more you create, the easier it gets for you. Okay. So if you're the kind of person that usually have phobia for, looking into the video, you get used to looking into the video. So it becomes something very passive. So that time it will take you to create a video, feel like you didn't do well in it, delete it and regret it. I mean, the more you create content, you get over that. Okay, so it becomes a story of the past. Now let's move on to the next question. According to the second question I have here, everybody, I wouldn't tell you I didn't have a fear. Everybody had fear in them when you must actually have fear of something in you when you want to start something new, because everything that has advantage has disadvantage, right? So when it comes to content creation, nobody will watch. No, people would literally watch. Anything you create on the internet, people would likely want to watch it, right? And unless they just tap on it and it's not enticing, then they move on with their life. So people will literally watch. Even if strangers do not watch, people that know you would want to watch, so I don't know what the hell you said again next. So literally, people will watch. So people not watching has never been my problem. And fear of looking awkward, yes, I actually faced this. And fear of not being good enough, I've never really thought about that. But my most greatest fear when it comes to content creation is what to talk about, because I've always had this gift of talking well on a topic, but finding the topic to talk about. And again, I would always think, what if I put out this content here, especially sensitive content, I share my opinion on it and people go ahead to judge me. It's just like this Chike and Frankie Doho's matter on the internet. You see, if it was back then, I wouldn't be able to talk about it in any way because I would be afraid, what would people say about me, how would they perceive me, and all of that. Okay, so sometimes while starting up, your fear of judgment might also be one of your problems. Okay. Getting subscribers. Okay, yeah, that helped. But even though the first 25 subscribers I had, I went into their inbox and begged them to follow me. Yes, they were my friends. So I begged them to follow me. So yeah, that was a push anyway, but I'm not going to say it was exactly it. Finishing an edit. Yes, I would literally finish an edit I start. So it was not really a thing. Posting consistently. Now, this is a problem I have. Consistent posting is a problem. So it was not even something that made me feel like I can do this. Okay. Receiving compliments was what made me, some of those times when I talk, people will come to compliment me, you did well, this is nice. Sometimes they don't put it in the comment section, but they come to my inbox to tell me this was nice, I learned something from you. And I started through my WhatsApp sketches where I do write things for people, teach them one or two things that I know, and then I took it down to YouTube and all of the other of my social media handles, and people would always, some people will come to argue, some people will share their opinion, but yeah, it's okay. Mistake I made as a beginner. Okay, I don't think I can remember any mistake, but yes, there will always be mistakes, right? I think one of the mistakes I made is I didn't sit down to study the app I am working with. So if you go down my YouTube videos, you will see that most of my earlier videos, I started them with filming in portraits without understanding that any video I want to post on my YouTube shorts should be on portraits and the other one should be on landscape. And so this means that in every social media handle you want to make use of, study how the social media works. Okay, so that was one of the things, and it made my videos look a little bit tacky. And another mistake is that you need to at least prepare yourself, even though you'll be asked to start from wherever you can start from, but you need to get your words right, get what you want to say, get what you want to talk about. Okay, so this made me delete my videos over and over again before I finally post something. So as a beginner, I would say, first of all, study the social media app you are using, you want to be using to create your content. Study how it works before you start. Okay. Editing is hard. Everything in content creation is hard, and they are also simple depending on how you see it and depending on how willing you are to learn. Because one thing about things are difficult to you because you've not done it before or because you're not interested in it. But the moment you become interested in it, it becomes something you do joyfully and not something that is difficult for you to handle. So editing is going to be difficult for you if you're not willing to learn. Everything you try for the first time is going to look difficult because you're trying to figure it out, right? So editing is not difficult, but it's not easy either to do, right? And the next point is consistency. I am still fighting with this. I told myself I was going to be putting out content weekly, and I didn't till today. I haven't started putting out content weekly. Sometimes I stay 3 weeks later, 1 month later. So consistency is difficult for me. Consistency is difficult, the most difficult thing. So finding ideas is actually not very difficult. It's just to look for something you're relaxed talking about and something you can defend when you talk about it. So that when people throw you questions, you can, we all see things from our perspective, but when people throw you questions, you can answer. This is why I said this, and people can rub mine and maybe unlearn what they learned and learn from you. Do you understand this? Okay. First of all, I've always been a very confident girl. Right from my secondary school days, I've been a confident girly. I always present speech in the assembly, do this, write articles. I've always been good in all those things, go for school debates, and I've always been confident in anything I want to do, even though I'm naturally an introvert, but I can get extroverted when I want to get work done. One thing I'm going to say is that yes, content creation made me more confident. You can see it in my videos. My earlier videos, the first video I did on YouTube, and then the ones I'm doing now, you will see the difference in my confidence, the camera angle, the way I speak and everything, like everything literally changed. Clocking it. Okay, so more disciplined. Yes, content creation has made me more disciplined. It makes you wake up in the morning and know that you have something to do. You have content to put out there. There are people out there waiting for you to say something so that they can learn. Okay, and it made me learn more. One thing it changed about me is that it made me make more research because I really want to come out and put out something interesting for people to watch and learn. So yes, it made me more creative, and yes, it made me more expressive. So content creation made me more confident. I've always been, but it made me more confident. You can see the difference. It made me more disciplined. It made me more expressive because the more you express yourself, you get used to expressing it, and then it made me more creative. Always looking for something new to put out. Just like I decided that today will be similar to a TED Talk. For the girly watching my video and is scared of starting content creation, what I have to tell you is that you really got to start. What it takes to start is you deciding to start. It takes you setting up your phone, talking to the camera, and sometimes start by posting it on your WhatsApp status and tell them to judge you. They should tell you the truth about this content. People like to criticize more than they applaud. So you are actually on a very good side, right? So tell them to don't be too soft on me. Tell me how it is. And then you keep on making progress. You start from your WhatsApp status and then very soon you progress to things like YouTube, Facebook. The reason why WhatsApp is better is that WhatsApp is usually a community of people face to face that wouldn't really judge you so much, But when you put it out there on social media, both strangers you do not know are seeing it, and so I would say it takes you just setting up your phone, getting a topic, start with something you enjoy talking about. If you like sports, start with sports. It will help you deliver well because you're talking on something you are good at. So get your phone, start with something you're good at, and then put out that content there. That's what it takes, okay? And content creation is something beautiful you need to do. Sometimes it helps you pass time properly. It helps you learn, grow, relearn, unlearn. Because in the process of making research, you begin to unlearn what you know and learn something new. So there are many advantages of starting content creation. Girl, you really gotta go start. This is your call from Liana today to go and start creating that content. That video that has been on your phone, put it out today on WhatsApp and tell them to give you a review. This is just how you start, okay? This question is quite fast. How have creating affected other areas of my life? And let's start with the first one, confidence. I think I've talked about it here. It has boosted my confidence more. It has put me out there more. Okay, so in that angle, like I have more confidence, just like you can see on this video, speaking to even people I do not know and knowing that strangers will watch this video. But yes, I'm still gonna put it out there because I want to teach them what I know and I want to learn from them too. Okay, so at the part of work, I'm going to tell you that it has done exceedingly wonderful for me in the part of work. One thing about putting out content out there, I want to tell you something today. Don't bother about your views or your likes. People will watch, people will like, some people will not like. If you check my videos, you will see sometimes you have just very few likes, right? As usual, but people are actually watching. And putting out content today helps you create a portfolio. Now, what a portfolio does is that it speaks for you. In the aspect of work, when I apply for a job and tell you that I want to work for you as a host, I just give you my YouTube handle, my Facebook handle, any of my social media handle, and you go see things for yourself. So when you go there and check, you see that the content I create are good. When the work angle, I've literally gotten jobs just because my videos are out there. So yes, I've got money from content creation, not being paid from social media, but being paid from people that have seen my content and want me to present something for them. I'm a red carpet host, and I've actually been paid for it. Okay, and it starts by people seeing you do things like this, and they believe you can handle the mic and you can handle the screen. Okay, it is communication. Yes, you see the way I'm communicating with you. Like I said, I'm an introvert, but content creation has helped me become extroverted. I had this company I worked with sometime, but we went on a little break because I need to go to work and put out content there as a host in the company. It made me communicate well, get prepared to communicate with people I would initially interview. So it helps create relationships with people. It helps you talk to people just the way I'm talking to you today without seeing you, my communication. And the more you speak every day, the more you get fluent in speaking to people in any language you want to speak in. Okay, so content creation, yes, when it comes to communication, it is a 10-10-10 across boards. And then for business, like I said, business-wise, yes. People would call you to help them advertise their work, and they will pay you. Just speak for me about my business and I'll pay you. I don't know how to advertise this. And yes, you just get it done in how many minutes, and they give you your cash. So yes, business-wise, So this is a call for you to go get that content done. If I could go back to speak to that version of myself, I would say, girl, get up. Stop watching others live their life. And I'm telling it to you watching me today that have refused to start creating content or is still skeptical. Let me tell you what I would have told my old self. Baby, get up. Stop watching other people live their life. There are lots of things to learn from you. So go and put it out there. You know the story of the parable of the talents. A master gave his stewards 5 talents, 3 talents, 1 talent. The 3 worked to get 6, the 5 worked to get 10, and the 1 buried. Girl, you are burying the talent you have, and we have a lot to learn from you. So go out there right now and put this out. We want to learn. We want to see what God wants to do in this society with your voice, with your actions. So go get it done. Okay? Stop watching others live their life. Go and start living. Okay? You know, like I said at the beginning of this video, that I'm not going to center this only on content creation because it is vast. So I'm going to start first by money. Create more than you consume. You already know what it is. In fact, it falls into money more than it falls into every other place. Make more money more than you spend. When you spend too much without the intention of using what you're spending to make more, because of course you use money to make money, but if you are spending just for eating, vacations, when you know you do not have enough, you're just killing yourself. So creating more than you consume when it comes to making money is a must do for every girlie out there, because sometimes because you do not have money, you accept the bare minimum. But when you begin to make your own money, understand how this money thing works. When you see things you do not want, you can comfortably say, I do not want this, and you stand on it. Okay? Relationships. Create more than you consume. Your relationship with your partner, your girlfriends, your male friends, create more than you consume. Don't always ask, what will I get from this person? Ask, what should I give? Imagine a world where everybody's asking, what would I give? Like, you're friends with me, you watching this, I'm friends with you, and every day I go into my house, I'm asking, what would I do to make his or her life better? And you are asking the same question inside your house. You see that when we meet ourselves every day, we do new things for each other, because this is what we are after. We're not after, Nyamu, give me. What would I collect from you? No. Create more than you consume. What would I give to you? It will build a better world and a sustainable world for us to live in. Okay? Now the next one is in skills. Create more skills, more than you watch. It's not enough to just be on the internet watching people learn how to sew clothes when you don't want to go learn it. You keep feeding your mind with people, just like you're watching me and my communications keeps talking, but you don't want to learn how to communicate by setting your ring light and your phone. You see people learn how to bake. You're always watching videos of people baking, shouting, but you don't want to go learn how to mix flour and sugar. Girl, go and get that skill. Okay? Create more skills in your life more than you consume inside of you. When you learn something and you do not use it, you look like this foolish steward that buried his 1 talent, because you are just learning things you are not using. But when you create more skills, you begin to look for where to use it so that it can just be active. You learn how to edit videos. You start looking for a way to create content so that you can be editing videos, or you start looking for companies that need video editors. Sometimes it's not just about the pay. Okay, the pay might not be a lot, but it's just that you want to make use of the skills and you see yourself doing big things. Opportunities. Create more opportunities for people more than you consume. Now it's good to consume or to use opportunities, but try to create opportunities. In a world where they're saying there is no work, don't sit down and be saying there is no work too. It starts little by little. You creating a little word, and then very soon you begin to employ people to work for you, and you start to pay them. Right now you are creating opportunities more than you consume, making the bold decision to get that thing done. Okay, so when it comes to opportunity, create more than you consume. Create more opportunities for people so that they can have something to do in life. If you have the money, if you have the resources, don't just sit on it. Use it to better the life of others. It still points back to the story, the parable of the talents. The one that has 5 used 5 to multiply and better the life of others. He got 10. The one that had 1 did nothing. Your confidence. Create more confidence than you consume. It's not enough to be watching Liana create videos on YouTube. Go and work on your confidence. Create more avenues to be confident in life more than you consume. If you are confident, you will raise a child that is confident. You cannot give what you don't have, and you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you watch things without putting into practice, you would never learn it. But the more you do it, it becomes easier for you. This is why you see someone that edits video. There are videos you give to someone, Mr. A, he edits it in 20 minutes. You give it to Mr. B edits it in 5 minutes. Now, it is the same editing, but what changed? Mr. A have been doing this over time, so you cannot compare their capability. Both of them do not have the same capability. Okay? So the more you speak on the camera, the more you become confident. I am done with this episode. Creating more opportunities instead of waiting for them to come. So if there is no job, create a job for yourself by learning a skill. When you learn a skill, you go get a job with that skill. So instead of waiting for a job to come, create a skill and start it inside your house. Just like I gave you an example with me speaking today, people can easily come to my YouTube or go to any other part of my social media handle, text me and say, I want you to be my host for the upcoming red carpet show. You've created an opportunity with a skill called what? Communication skill. So nobody is too weak to make money, and nobody is too powerful that they alone can make money. Everybody can make money, everybody can be happy. When the job is not coming, create one for yourself. So guys, I think we're done with this episode. I filmed this episode with so much joy. I filmed it with happiness. You could notice it because this is an amazing topic that I believe will teach you and would open up your mind. I always feel happy whenever I come out here to put out content for you to learn and get your life moving. Okay? Right? So I like to create content and teach you people. This is a call for you to go and start creating that content today, girl. Okay? So I thank you all for watching this episode. So tell me in the comment section, did you like this topic and would you like me to create more of this kind of content? Tell me in the comment section. Is there something else you want me to talk about? Tell me in the comment section. And for my returning subscribers, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. And for those who have not subscribed, if you watched to this place, it means you enjoy what I'm doing here. Please hit the subscribe button for me and let's grow together. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Bye guys.